so harsh.
You'll hear it in my obituary, you bastard.
Excuse me, Mr. Turns me into a male in his fucking
Okay, what's up, Zeke? What's Bob?
Technically, I don't think there's any way she could possibly hear that at your eulogy. Because she would either have to give it at your funeral, which she wouldn't do, or it'd be at her funeral where she'd be dead.
That's true.
Don't dig into my past or my joke.
Okay. Currently just placing everyone's name tag. When last we left off, we had our heroes or would-be heroes. It's kind of hard to tell what they are right now. Entering into a new area where everyone, for the lack of the word, are exploring. Currently, they have found and delved into a very strange material as well as very strange mysteries, which they completely ignored and decided to just screw around. In doing so, they managed to help and hinder some other group, and then help them again because people were watching them this time. And Section 9's team, Team 9, has been located. Everyone except for one member, who everyone completely forgot and decided to go harass the other team. While in this room, Rauta almost got paralyzed within this area. Everyone else decided to help by injuring them, but thankfully enough, healed them afterwards. Now they wait and lie as Brian, the only other member of Team 9 that more or less is a lot more friendly toward your group, is wondering if you guys are really the good guys or bad guys in this.
Yeah, we really are.
Inform him once again. We're sticking strictly straight. We don't take sides here.
It's just the person that chucked one of the people to the carpet.
Okay, listen. He fell. I don't know why I'm still getting blamed for this. It wasn't even my spell.
I forget who said this a while ago, but it's like we're really like villain support group in Wreck-It Ralph. It's like just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you have to be bad guy.
I don't think we're even the support group. None of us support one another.
Hey, I
That's
support your
ridiculous.
decisions to give me blood, okay?
While this is going on, I did mention before that we were going to start off in the other room. Even Maria are currently discussing something as someone walked up. You can keep discussing what you were discussing, or you can just say, hey, this person showed up now.
I'm pretty sure in the chat we finished our discussion just as they started walking out.
Right, currently they're heading upstairs. They didn't even seem to want to stop here, but then they saw and noticed two people and a dark demonic Pegasus. Looking towards you, they state, excuse me, is there a reason why you're here?
Do I recognize these her at all,
You do. For some reason she didn't. This is the team leader of Team 9. It's weird that she didn't recognize you, but you do know her. She's a high-powered paladin, and for the lack of the better word, you do know her name, even though your team... Well, you're a different person right now, so it doesn't really matter. You know her as Raven.
With the people you were escorting? The rest of your team is upstairs.
Is that what I was doing here? Oh, weird. The last thing I remember is waking up on the first floor and then just wandering the rest of the rooms.
That's odd. Are you okay? I'm like checking her over for any physical damage.
You do see that her skin is slightly paler than it should be. Not as if she's malnourished, but as if she was, let's say if you get a sunburn, sometimes your skin peels off afterwards. It's kind of like that. The first layer of her skin has been either rubbed off or something. It isn't noticeable unless you actually look for it.
Can I do a medicine check to see if I can look deeper into this, or
Sure.
Behave.
If you had to guess, it's something natural, but at the same time not natural to her. You can tell that she is a strange creature, not human, but not quite animal as well. She seems to have raccoon ears, but is the size of a standard human at 5'5". However,
adorable.
it is. However, you can tell that this is more of a acidic feel to the way it seems like it. Similar to how sometimes some chemicals can burn off a small layer of skin.
are you feeling any burning sensation, or
Just a bit tingly around, but I'm not really sure why.
Hmm. I'm gonna look into my healer's kit. Do I have like a cooling slab or anything like that?
Yeah, that's easily accessible within your healer's kit.
I'm just gonna start gently applying it to the skin, immediately stopping if there's like a really bad reaction or anything.
There's no bad reaction, it's just after a while you manage to do that. Upstairs you do hear Brian just shout out, "Are you guys sure you're the good guys?" But after a while, Raven looks towards you and goes, thank you. And you said I had a team here?
Yeah, I look towards Mario. I think we should go upstairs. Something might be happening. And I'm just quickly like speed walking up the stairs.
Listen here, Brain. I have never said that I was a good guy. Even though I did not say that, just know I saved everyone here with my chain. You are so welcome.
All of that was a lie. So go ahead and roll deception.
Wait, I didn't lie. I never said I was a good.
I think you did say that you saved him when you pulled, or when we pulled him
I-
out. You tried to take credit for that.
I said you're welcome.
You tried to take full credit of it.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't dig up my tragic past.
It's also Byrelth's chain.
I remember how I asked you to be.
Yeah, he's talking about whipping people out of the room.
Yep.
That's what I'm
Oh.
talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. He saved me and
Technically-
everyone else in there.
Technically, not deception.
It's still a lie, though. At least omission of truth. Yeah, that's pretty good. Brian just looks towards you, goes, at least you're healing them. Any reason why you're doing this, though? Currently, there's a bunch of people just overcrowding the area.
Well, currently, the reason why I'm here is because you guys will not go down the stairs. And I am currently what you would call But I will not deny the fact that I did help you guys. You're so welcome, by the way. You may kiss the ring.
Everyone that you helped is currently frozen. So you just
That's okay,
present
you can
the
do it
ring
later.
on their faces.
I present the ring to Brian.
Wait, are they still frozen after being in the thing, or are they just like in shock at what he's just...
You try to move them, slap them awake, look at their eyes when they're currently closed. Some of them are open, and they all seem to be in a daze. Relta, you felt the similar sensation, but Caitlin pulled you out.
Oh. So they're still like frozen.
Correct.
Oh. Is there... Can I do something to see if there's a way to undo it?
can perhaps try to roll medicine or arcana or something else you can think of. This is weird.
Arcana check? So girl for me, please.
I got you.
Yeah, I'll Arcana as well.
We didn't do so.
Sigvald
A 3
and
on that one.
Rauta, it's hard to tell what this is. It might be magical, but Rauta is sure that it's a weird beetle that bit
It's,
them.
It's a natural one for real.
Oh,
Sorry.
damn it.
Listen, if all else fails, send the blind person.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
Tell us what's going on.
Put
I'd
me
also
in,
like
coach.
to make medicine check.
Caitlin, however, you can tell that Rauta wasn't exactly far off, but not exactly correct. Same with you, Byroth. This seems to be a strange paralysis type of magic, but not as in a spell, but more as in something activated this. You didn't hear a trigger go off when Rauta stepped there. You didn't hear a finished incantation or something pop out and trigger this magical spell-like component. From what you can tell, something is on the ground that's coating it, causing people that step in the wrong area to become paralyzed. Similar to the way Hold Person activates on a person, but this was an effect, but not a spell.
I know what.
You do know that sometimes bugs or other types of creatures can do the same type of effect.
Listen, I have a plan,
Okay,
but
what
I'm gonna
is
have
it?
to, but I'm gonna have to use my in-character voice to tell you.
Alright, let's hear it.
All right, so here is my master plan. Okay,
Okay,
So,
here.
if it is in fact a germ that is on the floor, I believe the use of the prestidigitation spell would clean them off enough to get off the weird gunk that's ever on the bottom of their feet. But if it is not in fact a spell and in fact inside of their body, I believe a blood transfusion should be necessary, 0% to 1%.
Listen,
Caitlin licks her lip.
if it's in blood, you don't want to drink blood that's full of paralysis. Why
You
would
don't-
you think that?
You don't know what I'm into?
Gross.
Brian then states, well then, does someone have that spell?
I do not.
I, in fact, do have prestidigitation, and I shall demonstrate my masterwork first on this fine gentleman with the amazing goatee.
I'm more
Is
confused
that guy
about
right
what-
there?
You prestidigitate the man with the nice goatee. You do see something got cleaned off, but the effect still stands.
I give out a sigh and I walk over and do lesser restoration on them.
It appears he is too far gone. I believe we need to put Lassie down now before she suffers. In
Bring him down a
this-
lesser resto.
On all of them, or just one?
Just one to test if it works.
All right. Do you want it randomly, someone, or you choose someone?
The same person that she just did prestidigitation on.
Okay. The man in the goatee begins to stir and wake up. Looking towards the rest of the group, they are surprised there's a lot more people here. He does recognize a few of your faces, and some of you recognize his. But he is quite startled as half of his team is currently paralyzed in some sort of effect.
How
Oh, well
would you
now.
do?
What's all this then? You all
Well,
here
I
for
would like-
something?
I would
You
like-
were frozen and she saved you.
I would suggest
You're
that
welcome.
anyone that is currently unfrozen, not affected by this, please go downstairs so we're not completely crowded right now.
Well, fair enough, little lady. Just try to help my team. I, unfortunately, do not have or possess any type of magic. So it's all on you. Sorry about that.
I
Here.
smell him.
Here's 50 gold for the trouble. He hands you a bag of gold. Caitlin, since you were the first face he saw.
Cool. I still want to smell him. I want to smell his lies.
Still want to be a creep.
You
You smell him and he goes, can I help you there, little darling? You need something?
Oh, that was my failed attempt to ask for an in.
Well, you haven't rolled
Yeah,
yet,
no,
so
we
I
all
can't
thought-
do anything.
We all just thought you were smelling him.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
He doesn't know who you are, but currently you did help him, so he trusts you enough to pay for your services.
I want to know if he has mad.
Oh, no. You do see, as you smell him, you do get a hint of powder, pepper, and gunpowder.
Got you.
I mean, it's a hint. You
Okay.
don't sniff it or snort it.
Oh, no.
How dare you
that
sneeze on
was
this man?
snorted.
Well,
I'm
like,
not snort.
I'm gonna go snort some of them.
well, like your team said, might as well get downstairs. If you'll excuse me, he walks through a crowded stairway and goes down to the next floor.
I'm gonna prestidigitation everyone here. Everyone that was paralyzed, including Ralta.
That
Just
didn't.
in
That
case.
wasn't what did it. It was
Listen.
the resto.
He thinks it did.
Listen, in the odd case that gunk makes it reapply after it comes off, why not?
That is a good point.
Evie will speak up and just go, oh, anyone that is well versed with the lesser restoration spell, could you please stay up here and help me?
The strange Dirge of Folk returns. Everyone else pretty much just leaves.
Yeah, Byroth doesn't have it, unfortunately. I don't have it. I do not have these spell.
Yeah, I don't have it either, so I'll just go downstairs, I guess.
Which ones are frozen?
The current ones that are frozen are the ones each indicated with red.
Everybody with a red dot. So there's what, 5 of them, 4 of
Are
them.
they all in safe distance, or
Safe for
Yeah, I
now.
whipped it good.
They have all been fished out by Evelyn and Sigmund.
okay?
And Ralta.
Yeah, I pulled them out with the rope.
I'll do my last 2 level 2 spells and 2 of my level 3s and get them all back up.
Miss Brightblade, this is unnecessary. Our friend Edward knows the spell as well.
Oh right, he does, doesn't he? Then I'll just do my. I don't know how to talk to.
No one knows how to talk with him.
Yeah, I sort of.
Maria does.
I bend down, not in like the over him way, just sort of like bend down on my knees and ask if he could help me with the other 2. If he would kind of.
Perhaps even
Nods.
he does 3, you do 1, so that's 2 for you, 3 for him.
He nods as if stating he's willing to do that.
Thank
Ah,
you very much.
so Torchworth is doing stuff.
He's also sub-vocalizing all of his spell incantations, I imagine.
The only one that would, I mean, yes, you're technically correct out of game, but the only one that would actually be able to pick that up would be Maria and Sigvald, since he was knocked out and learned how he does things. So after a while, after, let's say, the incantation of the spell, everyone manages to wake up. Evie, you managed to do 1, and Edward managed to take care of the rest. He's done a few spell slots, but that's perfectly fine. The team managed to wake up, and the man, well, the other man that was frozen states, "Oh well, now that's a relief. Thought we were going to be paralyzed for a while." Looking
I
toward,
have a really important question.
how can I help you?
Do you remember what transpired while you were frozen?
not really. The last thing I remember is looking towards our leader and then seeing her frozen. I walked over and then I froze myself. I would imagine, since I'm here.
Nothing happened. Remember that.
If you say so.
If the police asked, nothing happened.
I
We are the
Tap.
police.
I tap her on the back. Mistress, we are the police.
Exactly.
Looking towards you, confused, he goes, if you say so. Just watch out for the floor. I believe there's something on the ground that could perhaps be paralyzing you. Might I recommend the mending spell or perhaps the prestidigitation spell? It could perhaps clean the area so you won't step in it accidentally.
Oh, this is good. I think Byroth has mending, so he can do a foot at a time.
That takes a minute.
No, mending is a cantrip.
Sigvald has got a
Oh, it does
clearer
take a
path
minute though.
to the clearest two bed. With prestidigitation, and he's gonna clean out the two beds, and he's gonna lay water. I need a nap.
Oh.
You do that, and there's a bunch of slime while the guy moves downstairs because you told him to move downstairs. Slime on the ground that you're just clearing off. It's a small trace layer, but you can tell that there was something there. Does anyone else help? Because if not, this is going to take like 2 hours.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm spamming my press spell around. Although
Yeah.
I can't see the floor, I'm just gonna keep slapping around.
I'm trying to, but like,
I can use
don't know if
mending,
I-
but it takes a minute, and I have to touch, so I don't know if that's a good idea.
I have the mending spell, so I'm just gonna help out as much as I can.
I have mending and prestidigitation. Can I dual wield?
Dual wield the mop and the bucket.
Exactly.
Spamming
Sure.
prestidigitation would probably be faster.
You can dual wield. Mending, you require touch, but you touch a surface that isn't coated, so you can just hoover away through there.
It's just like a foot from where you touch.
Yeah. Let's see, there's like 5 of you that is currently using the spell. After 10 minutes, the floor and room is cleared of this trap. Whatever this thing was, it definitely got taken care of just as easily. Except
Cleaning is in fact a hassle.
Now you finally know my pains, mistress. And you go lay on the bed.
I'm just struck by how we, a police squad, just cleaned a crime scene like a squad of professional killers.
Oh, jeez.
don't
we
tell
stick
Brian.
to the neutral path.
We're just like, let's eliminate every chance for evidence that.
I also like the fact that you guys completely ignored the maid.
What do you mean ignored the maid?
Is one of the maid character? Is Maria a
Yeah.
maid?
Maria and Zara are both handmaidens.
I like to think that they're both just like, well.
So we have a maid and a butler in the party now.
Yeah, we're
What
trying
was
to
trying-
learn if you let us describe our characters.
You did describe your character.
No, we didn't, because Mr. White spoke up halfway through Zaya describing her character, so we never got a chance.
Okay, so what do your characters look
Now,
like?
time's been and gone.
Oh,
Tell me now.
A dogma laid down the rule of order.
It's fine. Too late.
Oh, man.
Damn it.
Apparently I did. It's probably one of those again, where I got accused of something I didn't do. But okay, sure.
No, it's
did,
because you were looking around things upstairs in the coffin.
Yeah, I was halfway through describing, and you cut me out during it to describe the coffin, and we just didn't pick it back up.
Alright, so how's about this? What does Maria look like while she's watching her paladin mistress clean the floor instead of.
Nothing
Well,
because Maria's
paladin.
downstairs.
What does Maria feel like when she's walking downstairs? Yeah, you didn't describe that, did you?
As you were clearing the area and Maria went downstairs telling Evie where she'd be because she's a proper handmaiden, even though she's only been working for her family for a bit. You notice that the two other people that were paralyzed tended to stay there, as if making sure you guys didn't do anything. Or you guys didn't find something and didn't say anything. Looking towards Rauta.
I went down.
Speaking of which, should we roll an investigation now that we've cleaned this room?
Yeah. Rauta, you said you went downstairs?
I thought I did, but I don't remember if I actually went or not. Because I think somebody told us if you can't do anything, then go downstairs.
I said that if you don't have the lesser restoration spell, then please go downstairs.
Oh yeah, then yeah, I did go downstairs.
And
Then
I
stayed
ignored it.
anyway.
I was the only one that listened.
I mean, the
Yeah,
air quotes enemy team also listened.
I figured I was talking to the group of people that just got reanimated or whatever. Like, I figured I'd be like, hey, what have you guys been up to? I don't know. But yeah, so I'm downstairs, so I'm not upstairs.
Yeah, okay, let's do that then. Everyone go ahead and roll investigations as we do this little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, Maria and Rauta are currently downstairs. Do you guys ask what they were doing or where they're from? You don't have to.
I do.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask what they're up to. What they remember last, I guess. And
Roleplay.
yeah, alright. I don't know who I'm talking to. But,
Standing
yeah,
before
so
you
I
is a
just-
man in goatee, white hair, almost pale-like skin, similar to that of a albino, but a little pinker.
Alright, so yeah, so... Oh gosh, I'm terrible at this, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just want to ask him, like, what's the last thing that you remember before being paralyzed?
All I remember is our boss currently being paralyzed in front of me. She stopped moving as we're speaking with her handmaiden. After that, it was all a blur. Went straight towards her and then froze. Last thing I remember is your friend there. Pointing upstairs because he really can't tell where she's from. But he's referring to Caitlin. But technically it was Eve that helped him, but he doesn't know that. Helping me out, coming unfrozen. That's a good thing too. Don't really have a lick of magic myself.
So what were you guys doing here, though? Were you looking for something?
Violet, the other person that your team had assisted beforehand in that whole space dimensional vortex room that's right next to you guys, simply states, we are on a mission to retrieve a piece of the star. I believe I mentioned this to your team beforehand. That's quite alright if you don't remember. It's a classified mission, so I can't go into details. All we can really tell you is our personal backgrounds and where we hail from. Beyond that, I'm afraid it's all classified.
Sorry, is this a Section 9 member that's saying that, or is this one of the mercenaries?
This is one of the air quotes enemy team members, Violet, the one with purple hair, a really nice tan,
mercenaries.
yes, and stands at 6'3".
We have to put their hands on our hips. Alright then, I guess, and I forgot what I was gonna...
All that sass made you get a short turn.
I did. I was like, oh my gosh, my brain's not here. Dang it. Yeah. I'm terrible. I don't know. So.
Don't worry. But what are the Section 9 guys doing here?
Wait, yeah, I thought. Oh, so
Wait,
am I
no,
talking
no.
to two different?
There are
they a
two
part of
different.
Section 9 or?
There are two different groups. Your group knows them as mercenaries. Violet's group, let's call them, and then underneath them stands for other people, known as Team 9. There's Raven, Brian, two people who you have yet to actually name off. Edward currently assisting the rest of the team upstairs. And Nameless... Oh wait, that's all of them. This
It's
is a
all of
5-man group.
them?
This is a 5-man group. Raven, Brian, 2 nameless people because you never asked their names, and Edward.
Sorry about that. I've been in the Twilight Zone for the last 5 minutes.
It was crowd. We had to ask them to leave.
Team 9 states, let's go with Brian because Raven doesn't remember a thing. Well, we were here to assist and help out the nobles that we were assigned to work here. We wanted to explore, well, the handmaiden, really, looking towards Maria, as she hands him a sandwich. Thank you. You know, you really don't have to do this. We all brought rations, but it's appreciated. Anyways, as he takes a bite. Currently, we're just trying to get everyone back. I'm not sure why Raven doesn't remember anything, but with any luck, that's only temporary. She is our boss and the strongest one of us all. She looks towards him and states, I am? Yes. With any luck.
Okay, so can I... Oh, was that...
He just said with any luck.
Oh, okay. Can I do, like, any kind of check to see if, like, her memory was, like, taken away from her and can be restored?
Do you want to do medicine or arcana or?
Well, I tried Arcana last time and sucked at it. Well, I should be better in Arcana than medicine.
You're very good at arcana. You rolled a natural one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay, I will try Arcana then.
All right.
Can I
Natural
have
20.
while it
Balances all things.
all this?
Natural 20.
People were talking. I got natural 20, and then something about a missing wallet, and then something else. So I got really confused. So let's just go with what Ralta got. You can tell that there's something off about her. She's fully there, fully functional, but her mind seems to have been drawing a blank. You can tell that this is a magical effect, and it can disappear after a month of saving throws. That being said, you can also restore it with greater restoration, but not lesser restoration. If your team has that, or if you find someone available with that property, you can heal her. You do know that there are a few members in Section 9's department, not your team, but the actual department, that has access to this. You can also call on the medic known as Allie to check up on her.
Alright, so... Yeah, is Allie nearby?
Allie is not, but you can try calling out. You do have a badge that works as a walkie-talkie.
Alright, yeah, I'll use my badge and go, Allie, can you come down here and check this Raven girl out? I think you can help.
Sure, I suppose. I haven't really tested out this teleportation thing. But with any luck, Ramon fixed the bugs in this thing. Just
sure hope so.
Just stand back. From what I hear, if you're too close to the epicenter, you will get hit hard.
Okay, so yeah, back up and tell everybody else to get back.
Maximilian's not afraid of no.
In an instance, because you don't really know where she is, she materializes out of nowhere, and boom, a radius around her, because Ramon didn't have time to fix it, gets hit with an electrical shock. Caitlin, you feel your horse disappear for the second time.
Fuck!
No.
You hear audible from upstairs.
Just look up and like,
You step
hope
in,
nothing
go.
really bad happened to her.
I put on my armor.
Afterwards, you then see Allie, the medic that assisted you beforehand, or at least assisted some of you beforehand, arriving out of nowhere. Alright, according to Ramon, I only have an hour here.
Alright, so this girl Raven, can you help her get her memory back?
She examines her with a strange ruby tablet, then a strange crystal clear rod. Prodding her, goes, She seems to have been stuck in something for quite some time, causing her memory and almost skin to be wiped away. If you were stuck in there for any longer, you'd likely die. Raven then states, I'm glad I'm not? Yes, it would have been unfortunate. Anyways, I'm about to cast Greater Restoration. Are you ready? No. Give me a minute. No. And then she casts Greater Restoration on her. With a big, bright, and beaming light, she gets hit hard with a magical spell. And then just shakes her head and goes, "Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was gone for a while there. With any luck, I didn't do something stupid. No, you just were babbling on, talking about not knowing anything. That was about it. Oh, good. Is the rest of my team alright? I don't know. If
I
you
hug
need
Alex.
me, you hug her. Just,
Yeah.
thanks.
Her name's Ally. Oh,
It should have been Ally, but it is Ally. She then goes downstairs, goes, if you need me, I'll be, I don't know, the next floor down, I guess? This room is pretty crowded.
Well, there was a bunch of other people that were frozen in that thing for a while. I don't know. Maybe they might need. And I'm pointing upstairs because I think that's where they still are, right?
They are, but Raven then states, no, where I was on the first floor. I suggest you don't go there unless you're ready. Whatever it was invisible and hit me hard.
Oh.
Ali then states, alright, if anyone needs medical attention, I'll be on the fourth floor then. Try not to
Thank you.
No problem. Try not to get hit by invisible things, I guess?
Yeah, about invisible. So what else was on the first floor?
A few documents, a few books on some tables. There was a lot of couches there for some reason. If I had to guess, it used to be a waiting room. There was a a book of documents and a sign-in book, as if someone has to sign in each time they get here? Or maybe visiting someone? At least that's the last book I saw before I was hit by something invisible.
Okay.
Me and my team were trying to clear out the area, but I guess we didn't do a complete job of it.
Yeah, I think your whole team got stuck in a bunch of different places.
Even if you are stronger than most people, you can still fall for the simplest traps.
No comment. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to ask at this point.
That's fine. Let's just move on to the 6th floor then.
Alright.
Currently, the team is investigating the area. From what I remember, they rolled a 6, a 17, a 6, and a 23. Oh wait, that's insight. You all did terrible.
Yeah, so 17 is the best for Sigval.
Yeah. Sigvald, you can tell that the area has been cleaned off and clear. You don't really feel any strange ooze or sensations. You do see that there's a bunch of rations here that have gone old and stale, but could still be used. There's about 8 that could still be used. The water skins, however, have been dehydrated. From what you can tell, there used to be something living here, or at least that oozed from the very roof itself. Oozed down and continued to repeat this process, going downwards. However, not in a complete succession. From what you can tell, there's a hole on the roof that it oozed out from. It whirled around the room and went through the corners of the edge. The edges and the corners. So if you had to guess, that's why the other rooms weren't hit. Maybe it went all the way down to the first floor, or maybe it's in another room. It's not for you to say. At least not yet. But this appears to be a resting room. Wherever the scientists and the like were likely doing here, including security, this is likely where they rested for the night, day, or however long they were here.
Okay.
Can we take a look in those bedside tables?
Sure. If you look at all of them, that's perfectly fine, or if you just say select a few of them.
I don't know. Do the cursory search on all of them.
If you start at
You
the
wanna
right,
roll?
I'll start at the left.
Okay.
After a while, you get
I'm
some.
Nosy.
working towards
I'm gonna say Byroth does the south side and Sigvald does the north, unless you guys want to switch that.
Sounds good to me.
sounds fine.
All right. You explore the areas, not too much issue. You found some diaries, you found some notes, some chicken scratch to you guys. You find some metallic objects, a spoon, a dish, a strange blue metallic bowl, a small red dagger,
Yeah.
but it looks like the size of a letter opener, so it's not exactly a real dagger. But maybe you could use it as
I'll
one.
take the dagger.
A blue one similar to that, and that's all what Sigfold finds. Byroth, you find some notebooks, some diaries, some chicken scratch notebooks. You can't really read this.
Mm-hmm.
And then some metallic objects again. It's not a letter opener, but it seems like something similar. It has 4 prongs on each side in the front, and it's a bendable object that you can snap open and closed.
4-pronged bendable object. Interesting.
In the real world, it looks like a what's it called? Staple remover.
Okay, cool.
So double checking, a blue ball, a red dagger, and a blue wand, right?
And a blue stick. You don't know if it's a wand or not, but you could
Oh,
use it as a
Blue
wand.
stick.
Let's see.
Okay.
Caitlin, is there something you're doing? I mean, in total, Byroth, you find 2 notebooks you can't read and 2 diaries. Sigfold, you find 3 notebooks you can't read and 2 diaries.
I mean, I got the backpack space, so just shove it all in there.
Yeah.
That's probably. What did you describe the 4-pronged thing as? I forgot it.
Staple opener.
Shame myself.
Remover.
Staple remover. Yes, staple remover.
I was headed downstairs with holding on to Toadsworth.
He's staying there to make sure that Tarama and Zera are okay.
Oh, I was just gonna pick him up.
Okay.
Well, once we're done investigating, I
Just
assume.
picking up the wrong guy.
Poor Edward. Leave
Is he-
Edward alone.
Did he take the food off Maria or?
Still upstairs, so.
Sigvald, perhaps we should attend to your mistress. Here, throw the books in my backpack.
Sure, I toss in the 2 notebooks and the 3 diaries.
You have a
and
total
the
of 5.
spoon and the other thing.
Red knife, let's call it.
No, just the spoon and the blue bowl.
Oh, okay.
And the other mat thing that I've. Sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine.
I'm keeping the dagger and the blue stick.
Okay.
Didn't you get daggers, or did I get the other one? Or letter opener?
Letter opener.
I thought you got 2, or did I get a blue one?
I got a red one, and you found something as well, I believe.
Sigfold found the red letter opener and the blue stick. Sigfold, you
Oh,
found
okay.
the
By
4-pronged
staple
object.
Staple opener.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I just thought there were 2 daggers, but it was a rod. Sorry.
I mean, I misread my notes. I probably did say dagger. Or knife.
Letter opener, right?
You said one with a letter open.
You said a letter opener and a wand.
Okay,
So
making sure. I read that really fast. In the meantime, Sigvald, you see your mistress not there, currently carrying a toad. She still thinks, for some reason, even though it's a lizard folk, downstairs.
I fistbump. By Rod, she's at it again. Maybe we should go after her. Make sure she doesn't kill herself.
The good idea. Turn to the other handmaiden ladies. Would you care to precede us, or shall we? Shall you go first?
You see that the handmaid was about to speak, but then Tamara stops her and goes, "We'll be investigating the area for a little bit longer."
Well, I'm sure the rest of the team is anxious to see you. Do not take too long.
We'll see.
And then we go downstairs.
Okay. Currently, most of the team, except for Mixie, Nesmin, Bleep, and Allie, are on the 5th floor. The rest of the team's party members are either on the 6th or 4th floor. Maria is currently just handing out sandwiches.
I'm having to wait until Caitlin puts down Edwards and Marie's just stood there sort of holding 2 plates.
You'd be amazed in my ability to hold Edward for an entire combat encounter.
10 minutes later, after her hands get tired, she kind of has to put him down.
Yeah, I mean that means I got 10 minutes.
Let's skip through that.
Ronsa,
Maria will walk up to Sir Edward and essentially say the exact same of apologising for dragging him into this, all of that in Draconic.
He nods and almost gives a brighter smile than he actually has right now, currently depicted in his image.
There'll be a small curtsy and then Maria will turn back to collect her own plate.
During all that, could I check over each person to just double check if everyone's okay?
Sure. Examining the areas, examining them, you do see that they seem to be nearly in perfect health. They do have some bruises and scrapes here and there, so a good mending spell might help fix that. You don't really need to use any healing spells because some of them do have health potions. Some of them even state, it's quite alright, we do have our own supplies. We do appreciate it, though.
Realta is down 3 health, but I don't think that's something to worry about.
How's Rialta down to 3 health?
That was from last time. She got
Rose
hit with
whipped out of there.
It was a crit.
Yeah.
I would definitely be healing her then.
Well, she healed herself once, and then
did.
I healing darted her, so that's why she's only down 3. But if you want to heal her, go
She's
ahead.
down 3 health, not down 2.
I'm fine.
Difference.
You can't even tell. You weren't even looking at me. You're looking at the other.
56 out of 59.
Stop ratting me out. I kick her off. No, I'm just kidding.
Bye.
While everyone's being weird and trying to heal each other, Maria
going
goes,
one more level.
Maria goes around collecting plates. Raven, the acting leader of Team 9, and after... Oh, wait, you guys spent 10 minutes of just fooling around. So, at that point in time, the true leader of this team, who you do not know, really, reappears.
Isn't it Raven?
Raven is Team 9's leader. Tamara
Oh, that's right.
is the mercenary leader, or at least the people you consider mercenaries.
Duh.
I wasn't trying to mess around for 10 minutes. I had stuff I needed to do.
They killed the frogman.
You wanted to hold the
Well,
frog,
I
man.
You were holding a squirming baby.
I needed to talk to Rosa about something, but since we skipped past that, I decided to just go downstairs.
I mean, you can speak with Ralta right now. It's not an issue. I'm just saying that Tamara and Zara returned.
Just that whole time, this whole conversation happens while you're like trying to hold the squirming 5'5" frogman.
I was gonna ask what happened to Maximilian.
Who's Maximilian?
His horse.
The Pegasus.
Right. Well, so, Allie's here. So, I guess her little. I didn't know Maximilian got. Did I know that the horse disappeared?
You know he blew up due to electrical shock in the area.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah, I asked Allie to come here to help this lovely lady Raven get her memory back, and when she teleported here, there's a big electrical shock, and your horse was kind of near there, and it just went poof. I'm so sorry. And I just bowed down.
Ah,
Please forgive me.
Caitlin
I didn't
leaves
know that would
immediately.
happen. No. I'm sorry. Blame Allie. No, just kidding. Don't blame her. That would be really mean. Yeah. Okay.
Plus, she might not care.
I kind of follow Kaylin and apologize the whole time
Okay.
until she acknowledges my existence.
That might be a while.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Tamara and Zara return at this point in time as you and her walk downstairs. However, we're gonna go with the main force of the group. Sigvold and Byroth, you can say you went with them or you can be here. It's up to you.
No, I definitely went with them. Okay, you jabronis don't hurt each other. That's bleh. Okay, no one kill each other while we are doing important things.
I'll go with Mistress.
Okay. The team decides to split up. Because that was never a good idea.
They
I
aren't
thought
our
we were
team.
trying to keep everybody together. Who is it? Who is down there that's on our team?
Everyone?
Did we
Our
go
team is
opposite
on this
directions
level.
by accident? I thought we were following them.
Yeah, as in following Rauta and Ali.
I'm following Caitlin.
I mean, not Ali, Caitlin. Yeah, sorry.
I'm a forgettable character.
Oh, shit. I forgot everyone's new tokens.
It's fine. Anyone that usually has a name or a health tote.
Yeah.
Health
So
bar?
it's Maria and Evie that are new players. That's the new token.
That was weird. Maria's didn't have her image. Health bar. Should have it now, though.
So I won't just immediately fall. I'll ask Maria, Evie, would you? Oh, and perhaps Edward as well. Can you come up here and help me dispel some magic?
Looking towards Raven, she states, I suppose they did help us out. And they are our juniors in our own division. Edward then nods, and, well, it's entirely up to your group. However, Evie and Maria, do you guys go as well?
Apologies, I don't have that spell prepared.
That is okay. I didn't have lesser restoration when I still stuck around.
Even though people
But
told
if
you not to.
Not good at taking instruction. But if you would prefer to talk to, I guess, what are all you guys talking about? Don't you have missions to do? Why are you standing around?
We are about to discuss things. What interlocks within each other's missions. And if we can assist each other without going into a war of attrition. Basically, we're going to talk things out and see what we can do.
Okay, I guess that's actually like a really good conversation to have. Step back down the stairs.
That's upstairs.
It's
That's
downstairs.
upstairs.
He's just... Nah, either way. Evie and Maria, you guys can go with air quotes the rest of the team, or you can continue forwards with this conversation.
God, it's a full split at this point.
Continuing the conversation.
I'll stick with Evie and the original Section 9 because the others haven't sort of asked us to go along with them or taken us into their ranks, whereas the original parties, they have. Even the newer party seems to be sticking with one another, so safety in numbers.
Oh no, sorry. Said I was gonna go talk to them instead of not talk. I guess I did mean to go upstairs.
No, okay. You just stay and you just stay. There's no need to go up or down. All
I
right.
was like, I did the heel turn on the stairs. Ew.
All right. They're gonna
Um,
discuss the conversation. If you guys want to interlock or not interlock, intercept any communications, try to get them to stop talking and listen to you guys, feel free to do so. Otherwise, they will continue on unless someone stops them.
Really quickly, I just want Pyro to be like, so listen, very specifically, Section 9 is here to protect these two ladies. What exactly do you other religious mercenaries want exactly, so we don't step on each other's toes?
That's exactly what we're about to discuss, Tamara then states. If you're here to help discuss, or if you're here to assist one of us, you're perfectly more than welcome to be here.
I just asked question. I told you we are here to protect Miria and Evie, right? That's who we're here to protect.
Your first priority is to help and protect and retrieve Evie and Maria. If that is possible. The next
Seems pretty
objective is to
possible
find
right now.
and acquire any new assets and whatever they found. However, if that becomes impossible, their lives become more important in this objective.
So I basically just said that to them. So I want to know. I am facilitating conversation. What exactly are you here for? We are here exactly to protect these two ladies and anything they have found that they deem useful. What exactly are you here for?
Very well then, since you seem to have sided with... What was your team name again? Raven then states, we're part of Section 9, Team 9. If you've decided to partner up with Team 9, I suggest you pay close attention then. As I am the leader of this group, I can facilitate and give secret information that my team cannot. So do keep this in mind, and only interject when you need to. Tamara then states, I come from a long line of family, dating back down to the very crisis that destroyed this continent. We worship and lead part of a sect known as the Falling Star, an ancient order and group that belongs to various sects in the area. While my family is nobility, yes, we do have a greater range than most nobility. We are here, however, for a piece of the fragment star, the one that fell to Earth long ago. Raven then states, you're simply here to explore and make sure that these two, looking at Evie and Maria, get back home safe. Very well then we might have a objective we can work with. While we do not know what exactly you're here after, Miss Raven, we are here as an observatory group as well as someone that could have use for other mercenaries within the area. While these members of my team are not full or all mercenaries, we could help and assist one another in this objective. Raven then states, and how so? We currently do not even know what exactly you're after. It's a lost fragment of the fallen star. From what our depiction states, it is something currently hidden here, a power source within this epicenter. We don't know its exact location or detail, but we do know it's a waving fraction of infinite and compulsory magic. Something that can create, develop, form, shape in itself into any type of magic it deems necessary. It is a small fragment of the star. And even then, that much... looking towards you. Excuse you. And even that small piece can create so much wonder. I see. According to the rest of the team, however, they found something in a secret room. According to them, they seem to be trying to excavate it there. If it's part of the fragment star you're looking for, or if it's something more beneficial to us, we can discuss the terms afterwards. No, I'm afraid we need to discuss them now if it is something available to us. If it's part of the fallen star, we will have to take it, you understand. But that's not without compensation. If your team needs to help with this, we are more than willing to compensate you. If you need to try and observe it or see what becomes of it, we can allow one of your team members to, one or two, I suppose, since you want to make sure the other one's safe, to return with us to where we will be going. Beyond that, however, we can't exactly allow you to take it. It's not one of our main objectives, but I do see your point. That's your objective, but it's not necessarily ours. If it's something that Section 9 needs, however, we will need to discuss it further. Then how about this as a simple compromise, then? We assist each other, and then when the time comes, we talk this out. No need for such violence until absolutely necessary. After all, we're all peaceful folk, are we not? That much I can at least agree on. Brian, please write out a contract. Zara, please write out a contract. Both of them then begin to write out a contract stipulating the terms and conditions. And then both party members review the contract and then hand it out to everyone to sign it. Team 9 and the mercenary group, who, again, you do not know their names because they never give them, sign it and bounce it out to everyone else. Evie, Maria, Ziegvold, and Byroth, you see that the contract then glows with a brimming blue and then red light. And then it solidifies into a solid sheet of gold. Tamara then states, very well. Raven then states, very well. We look forward to working with you then. Indeed. And because none of you stopped me, that entire thing played out.
Yeah, I coughed once when you said, like, oh, it's this malleable ball of pure magical energy.
we might have found that.
It was used for the most powerful spell ever. Mending. You can't expect a rogue that's always wanted to cast magic being gifted this ball of magic not to try and cast something with it.
Yeah. In the meantime, currently, Mixie played by Mixie and Nesmond played by Nesmond, and then the rest regroup and then talk whatever was going on. So those who are caught up, and then, well, Ali talks with you guys to make sure you guys are caught up, and then for some reason, Caitlin, Rauta, and a lizard folk man you know as Edward pops up from down upstairs.
Can I ask a question? For all this time that we've been left alone, could Mixie recall the shit that she told to the other party about her backstory to Nesmond?
Yeah,
since
easily.
they were technically left alone.
Easily.
Okay. It just makes things simple so I don't have to go through all of that again.
Okay. Nesmond, you hear Mixie's backstory. Hang on. This is
Like 3/4 of it.
We return to see Nesmond in tears.
let's see.
No, he's
No.
clawing his eyes out.
No, you'd return to see Mixie in tears and Nesmond not.
Probably.
You heartless bastard.
And while we were away, I was trying to make amends with Caitlin, and I was offering her my blood to make her not mad at
Caitlin
me.
pays no attention to you.
No! Even with blood?
She's
I
not
would
hungry
think-
for your blood.
Is it a tiefling thing?
I haven't offered her my
Tired
blood
of
yet, so I'm all like walking behind her, like, here, have my blood, cutting my arm a little bit.
Nothing.
Try it. No.
Oh,
Not even a twinge or a flinch. She just keeps walking forward.
Yeah. Rialta's crying.
Oof.
You guys joined the missing party members. Is there something you're gonna do, Caitlin? Because you went down here for a reason, I assume.
Yes, I had a very good reason. What are you two fucks doing down here?
I don't know why, but the mental image of while Mixie's been doing that, she's been eyeing up the gems constantly Just like I don't know what. Just the mental thought of her just constantly looking at them, going, "They're really big. They could earn me a lot of money."
They could.
But oh, my tragic past.
Tragic past mixed with, "Hey, look, money."
Ooh, gold.
Annie looks through the room because she has grown curious of what Mixie has been looking at for the last 10 minutes after giving her background story. And has been just sinking it in, but showing no true emotion. Probably. And then goes, huh. It looks like you need about 30 points of damage each to destroy and shatter one of these. Beyond that, you can cast the spell on, well, the one that cancels things. I'm sorry, I'm not really versed in every spell.
Dispel magic. Oh, that's sorry.
Nesmond says that.
but-
Yeah, that one. But you need to cast it or damage it simultaneously.
Yeah, Soap should, Bydroth should be coming upstairs now. And,
Downstairs.
when he does that, downstairs. Sorry, dang it.
It's fine. It's
And
the map's confusing.
Edward's already there. Nesmond knows Dispel Magic. So does Bydroth. That's 3.
I mean, the only reason why you did before because you were trying to help Edward find his team.
So now it's like, hey, Edward, pay us back. Cast Dispel Magic one time.
I'm gonna say Sigvold also joins them. After hearing what they're after, you guys could pretty much just assess what the terms and conditions of their contracts were.
And I was gonna whisper to Raven that we know exactly where the ball of magic is, but that's a pretty crowded room.
It is, and it looked really suspicious.
And Bydroth is what?
Is he not smart as well?
No, he's not smart at all, but he's wise.
Do the stupid thing.
No, that's all about. See, wisdom is about the social graces and understanding people.
As
That's
Nixie
charisma.
shouts out, "Give me my ball of wisdom." Magic, sorry, not wisdom.
Well, it'd be.
I wish there was
he
a
has
ball
enough
of
insight.
wisdom.
Just little ball of wisdom. No, your little ball of dexterity and knives.
Oh, and something I just remembered, and I really should have remembered this a long time ago. Nesmond, you have some of the items that Archer, an old party member, had. The blade not the blade. That was
The
someone
blade
else.
is gone.
The gloves, I think.
The gloves, Eamon's blade that he dropped.
Amen.
Yes,
Yep.
I was about to say that. Because
Yeah,
the blade
blade's
was gone.
locked away.
Yeah. The deck of cards, and Archer's voice box.
He will come back for his stuff eventually. A hard and bloodied man.
Yeah,
Will be long gone.
I'm just keeping that in mind. I'm just reminding you of that. Annie then states, "Alright, I have another 10 minutes here. If you want, I could help and assist with the damage pool side."
I think, Elif, you're going to try the spell magic side.
Up to you, I suppose. So, you want to get this started before that massive group of, I don't know, team members and enemies shows up?
Let's just call them the Horde, and yes, let's get this finished before they come down here. Conversation is boring. And at times tedious.
Hades. Oh, what's the range on Dispel Magic here?
You can go in there.
120.
We don't even have to go in there, though.
And you don't have to, but Mixie said as long as you don't touch the actual magic golden circle, you'll be fine. A natural 20 will do that.
So what about a natural 20?
When Mixie investigated the area,
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Team Edward, you are going to cast spell. I will cast one spell. What's his name? Nesmond, you have spell as well? Does Nesmond have Dispel Magic? I think he said he did last session.
I think so.
You do. Or at least you should.
How many gems are there?
3.
So that's all we need.
No, I need 3 Dispel Magics then.
So pick a stone and on go we will all cast the spell.
You should probably say which stone you're doing instead of just picking a random one.
No, that's why. Go stand next. You pick stone. Go stand next to it. I will stand next. I guess I'll just pick an NPC.
Alright. And Nesmond takes the last one. Do you all
Okay,
cast
so-
Dispel Magic?
Yes. There's 2 NPCs in me. Yes. On
Well-
go. 3, 2, 1, go.
And a boom! A slight fissure of incantation magic just dispels within the room. The warping sound, the lights, the ash around you begins to dissipate. Whatever you just did, it definitely made a large impact. A larger impact than you had thought. Looking around you, you do see a strange glowing, a strange sensation, and a weird track I decided to pick. The fire burns out. The movement of the flames begin to dissipate as well after. You can see the neutralization of the spell go down. In the other room, Relta, Mixie, Sigvald, Caitlin decided to stick her nose into this business so she doesn't see.
I'm entirely in here.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Bleep,
What can I see anyways?
each of you see that the walls begin to glow for a split second and go down. Whatever was shielding this area is no longer shielding it. So you can likely go out without an issue on the first floor. That being said,
Guys,
some of you
just
know that the
chill
first
out.
floor is a problem, so you can probably now just take the roof hole and then just climb down with some rope.
Yeah, because I know the first floor is bad, right?
Yes.
You know, invisible death monster.
Yeah.
And inside the middle of the circle is a blade of a curved edge, and almost that of a machete, really, than an actual blade.
I'll pick it up.
Hold on. Is it like sword in the stone style, or is it lying on its side?
It's technically sort of in the stone style, but you can remove it. It's not, oh, the chosen one gets it. It's just,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
it's easier to stick this in
Sticking
this way.
like that.
If I remember correctly, whatever sin this
try
was,
and grab that before Kate.
You can roll sleight of hand.
I don't want to. wanna-
The party always wanting to loot everything.
Okay,
I'm
so I don't
usually
want
not
to
the one
grab
who
it
loots.
physically. I want to take my chain around it and like pull it into my bag without ever physically.
Both of you roll sleight of hand if you want to
but-
try to grab it. Or chain it.
He's casting the spell,
Chain it.
pulling out the chain, throwing the chain while she walks over and picks it up.
I have
Time management.
ambitions. Ugh, this character sheet works.
Just a question: while they're doing this and fighting over the sword, can I pick up the remainders of the crystals and store them?
Natural 20.
Yeah,
Natural 20.
Edward Nesmond
it
helps you.
should totally take longer to take out that thing.
Natural 20.
Huh, for some reason, Caitlin, you feel like you have enough time to just skip over there. In the meantime, Byroth just grabs his chain, twirls it around, and chains it, and brings it back into his bag without touching it. You skip over there, and then you realize the blade's no longer there. You wonder where it went.
Caitlin looks
Magic.
confused. She takes out her weapon.
Okay, just a question: what crystals are these? What shall I
They
label
are
them as?
rubies.
They
by the
are
way.
rubies the size of half of your body, technically.
Wait, were they not broken? Was it just dispel magic?
It's dispel
Just
magic.
Oh hell yeah! I got 4 rubies now.
You have,
I am so picking
Give
one
me
up.
one ruby and 3 ruby statues.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
If there's still a ruby around on Byroth's next turn, he's gonna start doing that too.
Edward walked over and gave his to Mixie because he doesn't need it. Byroth, you have one literally right next to you, so you can just grab that one.
Well,
So I
I
just-
went for the sword first. This is
I mean, unless someone else decides to try to grab it while you're doing that, it's not really an issue.
nice. Nice.
So
Love it.
I'm just stacking one ruby on top of another and just walking out the door with them.
Okay.
I don't think you're physically strong enough for that. That's a lot of rubies.
You currently can't carry anything else, but you technically do have both of them.
Hell yeah. Who said I wasn't struggling?
I mean, both of them combined are your body height.
It should be fine.
You
It is.
realize that's like 800 pounds of stuff.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't think she can carry that.
Yeah, she normally shouldn't. It's weird.
Nice.
I mean, Byroth, you rip off or remove the area from yours, and
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say, you probably don't investigate it, but I'm gonna say you investigate it, so I can just tell you why this actually makes sense. You see some metallic structures around the ruby itself, and you can tell that some of it is well, it's not magnets, but it's similar to the way magnets would work in a metallic object. However, you might or might not want to tell Mixie this, but inside this
No.
area, it seems to have a polarity around it. If you had to guess, the entire room is mixed with this polarity, and these metal fragments on the rubies probably help with the whole carrying things.
So I
Oh.
have the sense that it's this room is part of what
So-
makes this light.
No, there's like small pieces of metals on the rubies, like placed there. Not enough
Yeah,
to.
yeah, but you said it was like magnets, but the room itself is part of. Or is it just those little metal pieces on the roof?
The structure probably repels the metal pieces.
Okay, yeah.
So
So,
basically,
I'll just call the Mixie. I'll say, don't hold them by the bottom.
or maybe find a way to get out of this tower without actually having to hold these things.
Oh yeah, mine goes in my bag folding if it fits.
You have to stretch it out, but you just barely manage to do so.
Can you fit a
Nice.
Mixie in there?
In character, duh, but there is no air. It is a horrible screaming void. You don't want to go in the bag.
That's the cogwheels turning Mixie's head.
Oh, no.
There is no breathing inside the bag.
I just like to imagine that Mixie's like fucking doing like what do you call it? Like a balance act. with
It's
these
like the
fucking
math
ru-
girl.
Yeah.
And Byron will just be like, no.
Yeah.
You cannot go in the bag. I can put the rubies in bag and promise you get 2 rubies at the end of the day, but you cannot go in the bag.
While all those guys are walking in, I'll send a telepathic message to everybody in the room that's within the party. Whatever you're doing, whatever you found, please put it away securely before the others arrive in 10 seconds.
Now I've got to ask: does Evie get this message along with Maria, or not?
Nope.
Okay.
Sorry,
She's not a part of the main party.
I want to think
She's
back
not
to
yet a part of the
Stickball.
main party.
I like how she's
Yeah.
not,
Told-
even though you guys were literally sent to retrieve these two.
She's the object we're here to obtain, not a part of the party.
She's the package. But I want
No,
to
I
think
just
back to
wanted
Quick
to ask to
Stickball.
make sure.
Stickball,
Make-
I forget. Can you hear me? Or is this just like one way
Uh,
thing? Either
are-
way, we know
this
what
is
the
a one-way
mercenaries. So I'm just thinking to myself,
Yes.
and then like looking at you like, like pointing like you got. You get that thing I sent you? You hear me?
No?
Why don't you just use your walkie-talkie?
That's a shame because it's gonna be like.
Because
Evie-
then the other people here could hear him too. Mind message.
It's not like Evie already knew what was going on with this entire thing, and is
It's not
probably gonna
about
ask
Evie.
about it.
It's
No.
not about Evie. I'll just whisper to Sigvald then.
I was making sure they would hide their loot before the rest comes here and starts demanding it.
Yeah, so is Mixie gonna stash her loot in the bag of holding or not?
Yeah, she's gonna try and lift it up to you.
Dunk, dunk. Okay. And I'm gonna whisper to Sigvald, I know what the religious mercenaries are looking for. It's the magic thing. Perhaps
And
you
then-
should telepathy that to Raven.
To Raven?
That Raven is the Section 9 leader. Or highest ranking Section 9 member here.
Okay. I'll telepathy to Raven. Apparently, Byrod knows the location of the item these guys are looking for.
Alright, we can negotiate with this then. Did you manage to find it inside that room?
Is she telepathically, or is she yelling at me?
She's just thinking that, and like nothing goes through, and Sigvald's just like, what?
Yeah, that's literally what she was gonna go. And then I was actually gonna play that out, but you beat me to the punch. She looks puzzled why it isn't working, and then goes, "Oh." Then she moves forwards and goes, "Well, looks like he beat us to the punch." And then walks
I
over
message
and
her again. This is not a message bell.
probably why she walked over. Looks in the room, whispers in your ear, "Did you find it in there?"
No. I do not know where he found it. I only know
Liar.
that they found it. What? Me?
Did you find it in that room? No.
We
That
didn't
is
find
someone
it in
who
that
can't
room, did we?
the,
No,
the
we're
orb,
talking about.
We're talking
the
about
orb
the
of
orb.
magic was not
The
found in
orb,
this
not
room.
the sword.
They're on about the sword, aren't you?
No.
They are about the orb. You know, the one
They're
that
after the
they got.
sword.
They're
Byron,
after
Byron,
the orb.
Byroth
After
is
the
under
sword,
the
the shard.
Byroth is under the impression that they're looking for the magical ball of energy.
Yeah. And I
Okay,
said
but they've said
viral
they're after the
things.
shard plenty of times. And
Yeah, but
everyone
then
here
they-
technically knows what the shard is
Are you
because
talking
both
about
this
the?
party
they-
and the original
but they
party have
described-
found shards in the past.
But they described the shard while Byroth was in the room, and they said it was literally a magical ball of pure magical creation.
So
And
Yeah.
he
you mean the
saw
magical?
Mixie have that. So Byroth, whatever else he's heard, thinks that that's like a one-to-one match.
He also
Okay, I thought we were
saw
all
that.
on about the shard that is
They
what we all know
called-
it to be.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why your character thinks that, but they've called it a shard, a fragment, a piece. The first word I did say, however, was shard, so that's probably why everyone got really defensive.
Okay.
Original, yeah.
So I am gonna say Byrod thinks he knows where it is, and the item he is talking about was not found in this room. So no, I'm not lying.
Because I did tell Sigvald that they're looking for the magical ball.
And
That's
to be
right.
fair,
Didn't you take the magical ball off Mixie and wasn't Sigfold there to
Nesmond
see
took it
that
off
happen?
Mixing.
That's
Nesmith
right.
has
We
it.
don't have it.
Yeah, but didn't Sigfold see this happen? That's what I'm trying to ask.
No, not technically. You did that in a secluded room with just you and Nesmond.
Oh, okay.
yep.
No, actually, I reached. Byroth was there. He reached for it, and Nesmond beat him to it.
Yeah.
And it's not like
Yeah,
Nesmond's been hiding it.
Which is what I'm getting confused about because Mixie used a polymorph spell. Someone took it off her in front of everyone and then basically confiscated it off her.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
what-
right.
Yeah.
Then yeah,
Byroth and Nesmond tried for it at the same time, and Nesmond won.
yes.
But what I'm asking is, was Sigfold there to see that? Because if he was, he technically doesn't.
No,
No
he was
way.
upstairs doing whatever he
I-
was doing.
I
Okay.
was doing random shit somewhere else.
But he said Byroth knows where it is, which is
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It's just still not a play on what Sigvald's saying.
But it's neither here or there. Raven then states, "So, how do you want to play this? Just present them
Oh,
with what you believe they're looking for, and then just see if they take it."
I am not certain if it is the item, but Byrod isn't. Byrod is quite loud and obnoxious, so maybe he's the better person to do this.
Are you guys whispering like right next to me?
She is whispering, and I am being telepathic.
So yes, at least half the conversation.
Literally
Okay.
right beside you.
I would say with my passive perception of 13 and me just constantly looking at the other shit, I'm not going to even be able to hear it, so.
If you're talking about Mixie, she's right there. She can easily hear this. If you're talking about Evie, she's just wondering why everyone's currently separated.
No. I was talking about Mixie, but then I was sat there as Mixie going, yeah, she's probably fucking around.
It's Mixie.
What? You seem to have it covered.
But yeah, Raven's just waiting
Yeah,
for
that's Mixie. You covered.
your team to respond how they want to play this.
Yeah, I Byrot,
I
if you
want to-
want,
I want to
You-
talk to them.
Byrot, if you want, Raven wants to know how you want to play this out, because I have no clue. I'm just a messenger here.
It
And
is
I'll-
our responsibility to keep peace in the land. If these
and I'll-
people can be trusted with such a thing, with such power, then we will give it to them. If they cannot be trusted, then we won't. The only way we can know is to talk, speak to them. What do they intend to do with this thing? I will
So
cast the Zone of Truth.
Okay, so do you have the item, or can you retrieve it?
I can say I do not have it myself, although I do know where it is.
Okay. I'll send a message to Lady Catelyn, telling exactly what just went down, in full detail,
Even the stuff that happened upstairs.
even the stuff that happened. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because I was there for you to know this.
I love
So-
how it's just a Mexican standoff between you two parties that are being completely quiet.
Caitlyn then takes and then voids her armor away,
At that
but
point,
keeps the weapon.
Ali also disappears. You knew she had a time restraint.
Okay, bye, Ali. Thank you very much. I don't know
Bye,
why
Ali.
she was here. Why was she
Goodbye,
here?
ally.
It just happened out of nowhere. She didn't even have a chance to respond.
Actually, I don't even think Byrot knows Ali. I don't think he's met her.
Allies lives matter.
Yeah, Ali's.
As you power down and as Raven asks how you want to play this, Tamara, after patiently waiting 10 minutes for you guys to discuss things,
Hey,
gets,
that was like. Okay, fair enough.
gets tired of it, moves forwards and goes, "So, it seems your team has managed to enter inside before us. Did they manage to retrieve the objects inside?"
Well, we don't believe that the object in there is the object that pertains to what you're looking for.
But you keep
But we
alluding
believe.
to Fallen Star. You said earlier that it is. Remind me again exactly what is Fallen Star. Physical manifestation and no object.
Is it a thing of pure beauty and joy, a quite living, almost a type of living organism, an energy source that powers and creates within itself? But as you stated, this might not be what you found inside. Can I see it and tell you for myself?
It is like, do you not know what you have only feeling?
No, we have found other fragments of it beforehand. Which is why we're
What
looking
do they
to see.
look like? What form do they take?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that.
Can
I have-
ask?
Go ahead.
Sorry. When I did the investigation, what information did I get from it?
Inside the room,
Yeah. With the
you
sword and all.
gained information that there was a object inside of the fire that was currently being housed. The rubies themselves were drawing out an energy source from around the building, likely due to the shield spell that was causing it to not be anyone inside. You can also tell that the rubies themselves were a catalyst to continue on this operation. However, this spell, this derivative of a spell, was in a loop playback. It really
Okay.
didn't have any definition to what she's talking about currently.
No, I just wanted to recap because I couldn't remember specifically what I knew.
Oh, what you knew was the metal ring circle was trapped, so don't go near it or else you'd be hit. The power source of the spell were the 3 rubies. It takes 30 points of damage to break them, but you had to do it simultaneously or cast 3 simultaneous dispel magics. Doing that will cause the shield within the tower to disintegrate and go away, allowing you to just leave.
Ooh, and probably the invisible monster.
I mean, Evie knows that, but Mixie doesn't.
Don't go to the first floor. We should be fine. I
Okay.
hope.
Thank you. Sorry for cutting in. I just couldn't remember.
No, that's fine. Doing
I
that,
would like to insert insight purple hair. I gotta know whether or not I can trust her.
Violet, you know she. Oh wait, you mean pink hair, not purple.
Big hair.
Sure, go ahead and roll insight.
Violet's pretty purple. You name a character Violet and give her pink hair instead of purple. Also, that looks pretty purple.
Does it?
Insight on my screen. I don't know. I have one of those
Yeah,
like nighttime
But
filters.
you are talking with her.
I got a 12. Not great.
You know she's being
What?
You know she's telling the truth mostly. The reason why she's hesitating is because she's seen some of you being able to cast spells. So if you have the object in tow, you have the information of what it looks like, you can easily just shift the way it looks, its weight, its color. The only reason why she's not telling you is to make sure you don't screw with anything.
I don't know what the narrative going on is right now.
We just don't know these people or trust them. Fyroth knows that they're mercenaries of a religious order called the Falling Star, I believe.
Yes.
And beyond that, nothing. So it's like, do we give these, like, we can't just give these, if we don't trust them, we can't just give them a bunch of magic shit.
All she's asking is to see the object that you found inside. She's not asking you to hand it to her. But that's up to you to decide.
What I'm with
I'll,
Show her the ruby.
have her and have her tell you.
A moment, please. And I'll walk over. Where the heck is Nesmond? Where is he? He's still in the other room. Perfect. I'll walk back into the room.
Mhm.
Ask Nesmond if he's willing to show these mercenaries the ball of pure magical energy that he has, because apparently they have, and they're research. Like, if this is the sort of thing that he wants to go and research, these might be the people to do it with.
Mm-hmm. As you wonder that, Nesmond then asks about, would this thing take shape of a dagger or sword? She then states, only if someone managed to infuse it within a blade. Otherwise, it's retain its own shape of a continuous moving form.
Yeah, does that make me think it's more the blade or the ball?
That's entirely up to you.
I think it's the ball, because it seems like they were pulling energy off this blade, but it is a ball of pure magical force that is constantly in motion that can allow you to cast any spell. I've seen that. So you showed them Nesmond. And technically Nesmond is still in the Ruby room, isn't he?
It's been like you guys are
But
whispering.
it's not like it's far away, so I can hear everything everyone's saying.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But anyway, I will leave the decision up to you whether or not you're going to present it to them.
It is most
You're
certainly.
simply going to get Nesmond responding with, "You have the item, not me. You're the one that pocketed it."
You have to. What?
They're currently asking for the
Like
item
this.
that you found in this room. So
Oh,
the way
As
Nesmond reads it,
currently said,
yeah.
could it take shape of a dagger or a sword? And they said yes if it's infused. Nesmond said then it's the item that was in this room.
You
We
also
do have it, and you're still asking Nesmond if he wants to hand it over, whereas you have the item.
described it as a ball of energy and a constantly moving.
Basically, all
Yeah,
party
see,
members
it's
don't
not
have all information.
Exactly. So Byroth is presenting it like they are described like they are asking, yes, what did we find in this room? They are
Then show
looking,
them what we found in
but-
this room.
but
I
they are
do not have
looking,
the items.
but they are looking for, I think, what is
Yes,
you
but
have.
from the research I've done myself, I believe the item they're after is indeed the sword that you have.
really. Okay, because from what I understand about these swords is it's very dangerous to like let people look at or touch. That's why I just kind of stuffed it away.
Mainly touch.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, then Byroth will go out and he'll be like, alright, back up, everybody 15 feet.
When Byroth walks out and pulls out the sword, Sigvald will touch it.
No, he doesn't pull it out until everybody's at least 15 feet away.
I'm quick, so I'll dash. I'll dash and tackle you, and
Whatever.
and touch it.
You're gonna
What?
tackle the 8-foot tall half giant and full plate male. Good luck, skinny boy.
I mean, you were
Anyway.
able to pull out that chain in like half a second, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
how fast would he be running? Because Evie would cast Hold Purse.
I'd counterspell.
You know what? I'm
or
just
I
gonna
would
say.
counterspell.
Right. I'm just gonna say this is what happens. Byroth, you tell everyone to move 15 feet away. Everyone moves 15 feet away, but you see Sigvald currently at a runner's pace. You present the blade, but not pull it completely out. But Sigvald dashes straight towards it. Evie then casts Hold Person, trying to make sure no one screws things up. Karen then casts a counterspell, causing you not to do so. After that, Tamara then states, "No, that's not what we're looking for. It's close, but not quite." Sigvald then stops right in front of it because Bleep's right there. And maybe because
Bleep's
that's not what they're
best
looking for.
friend.
It's not that she did not touch it. That's the important.
No.
Nobody touched it. It's not drop it. See, this is why I did not want to.
It is
So
a powerful
Now,
object, but that's
Nesmond will
not.
present the.
Okay.
Well, then I'll just like look back at Nesmond and be like, okay, I did the dangerous thing. Now, so I was clearly right. Haha, I know more about magic than you, Mr. T.
Since when did I claim to know anything about magic? I'm an
I don't-
inventor, not a magician.
Well, you're the one who. Anyway, are you going to show them or not?
As I literally already said, then after they say no, Nesmond will present the orb. Like, he's already holding it out to them.
Okay.
Looking at it, she goes,
And
"My, this is a larger piece than we found already. If you like, we can constipate." Well, they can, but that's not what she was trying to say. If you like, we can compensate you for your time and trouble, as well as the amount you'd like for the said object. If you want to sell the
How much?
blade,
One of those.
Mixie, what was that?
Do you have another one of those? She's just asking really quickly to herself, just staring at the.
Yes, but it's a smaller fragment than this. This one's quite impressive.
Caitlin asked how much.
Out of
By-
curiosity,
Byroth will
what
cross
sort
his
of
arm.
payment cap are you willing to go to?
Byroth crosses his arm is like it was bigger earlier before someone wanted to turn into.
Hey, fuck you! I
Um,
found it first.
she does state,
You were the one.
its value covers around 5,000 gold. Depending on if it's been used or unused, it could go for much higher or less.
It's
How-
totally unused.
It has
Pristine.
been used. What will your offer be?
It has been used, but it does seem to be quite a substantial size. If you're willing to sell it at 6,000 gold, I'm more than willing to pay. If you want to sell that blade, it does seem quite powerful as well. I can increase it to 10,000 gold. If not, then
Yeah.
6,000 gold.
Blade.
I cannot speak for, but the orb 6,000 sounds reasonable to me, and I'll step forward, go to shake.
She
Absolutely.
shakes.
Can I insight this? Can I do anything?
Sure, you can incite this.
Love
I
that.
like how our personalities are completely swapped because Mixie just wants something to play with and hasn't even heard the money offer yet. Because she's just getting so pissed off that they took this from her and now.
Byroth, you can
Wanna-
tell she's being truthfully honest. While she is interested in the blade after being shown it, she's more interested in the sphere itself.
Can I ask her what she's gonna do with it? What will you do with this?
Studying it, seeing what's its full capabilities, as well as see how much charges it has left. The one we had
To
currently...
what end? To what end?
To study it, of course. We are the last
Knowledge
order
for
of the Fallen
knowledge's sake.
Star. Do you not know what this area is for?
If you ever come across a religious artifact for your religion, Byro, would you not try to take it to its site?
Kind of. All wilderness is God's site for my people, and I mean, craftsmanship's sake is other part of religion that I have taken for my own. So,
If you
I mean-
find an object specifically for your religion,
Would you prefer to bring it to a church, or would you like to give to some random people?
every forge is a church. Every tree is a cathedral.
these are not truthful statements.
Doesn't matter. It was Nesmond's choice. However, they do make the exchange. Her handmaiden Zera then provides you a bag of holding with 6,000 gold inside. It takes you
A
like
bag of holding.
10 minutes
Wait,
to
is
count
that
it.
going to
6 grand
Nesmond or
of that.
Byro?
Nesmond,
That's
Going
going
to this one.
apparently.
Sorry, what was that about, Barrow?
She was asking if the bag of holding and the 6,000 gold was going to you or Nes.
Yeah, I have my own bag of holding, but did you, DM, say that the 6 grand was in a bag of holding?
correct.
Yep.
Tomorrow then states,
You
well
could-
then, this was simply a simple transaction. No need for fighting, and the two groups, or I suppose 3 groups, managed to deal with this without constraints, and you even managed to lift the barrier around here. If you'd like to find us, please feel free to do so. I'm sure the ancients that once housed this area would be more than willing to hear you out.
Evie's
Was
gonna-
it? Sorry, yeah,
Sorry.
go.
I was about to say Evie's going to step up and ask if there was any sort of basically ask if there's any sort of like chance we could personally like
Share
Sort of-
contact.
gain information about what they're doing. So like exchanging information between one another for the sake of research and stuff like that.
Of course, like I mentioned before in the contract that you were there, we allow 2 party members of your group, one to make sure the other one is protected, of course, to return with us and see what we're doing. But it's entirely up to your team. If no one wants to go, that's perfectly fine. We simply offer this as a gesture of good faith.
I mean, this is clearly in, just in case nobody gets it. This is if Mixie and Nesmond want to not have 2 characters, right?
No,
Like
this
if
was
Nesmond
just...
wants to go look at it, Mixie to protect her, or him.
I mean, sure, you guys can do that. But no, this was basically for them to make sure that there was an insurance policy in case you guys thought, oh no, we gave it to the bad guys. They're basically stating, hey, if you want to see what we're doing with it, 2 of you can come.
I mean, like Evie, just as a character, is doing it more so for her family's sake, and she's interested in the research. So she's just generally asking, and it'll just be.
But yeah, fair enough if your new characters want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, your new characters, well, Evie particularly, she invited your team to pop in whenever you guys feel like it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. She basically saying perhaps another time, sort of at a later date, sort of thing.
So does anyone want to go with them? Vairothes is good with Section 9.
Desmond would.
What do you want to do, Sigbolt?
Why are you asking him, milady? You know I go wherever you go.
Your opinion matters to me, Sigvold. Speak openly.
Paradigm shift.
He raises an eyebrow and says nothing.
All right. As you say nothing, raising an eyebrow, Nesmond steps forwards and goes, I would. Does anyone else follow?
Well, Mixie, of course.
Okay.
Mixie.
Especially because Nesmond's got hat for gold. The half that 6 grand is clearly hers.
Do you think that Mixie's gonna Nesmond off by himself?
I was gonna get.
Too bad.
Very well.
Unfortunately.
We'll make preparations to go immediately to teleportation ring. Zera, are you ready? It shouldn't be much longer. We can use the metal structure in this area. She begins to make preparations, and then goes, it shouldn't be too much longer. In the meantime, we will return back to the site after clearing out most of the issues here. So when you return back, we will have this site up and running once more. The ancients wanted to make this a site of knowledge, of learning, and exploration. I see no reason why we can't do this again. But maybe with a bit more security in this matter. Now, is there anything else you'd like to know?
Can you teleport us home too?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, darn it.
Okay, because Byroth is honest, he is going to yell at Mixie before she teleports and go over to Nesmond and take her 2 giant rubies out of his sack of holding and put them into Nesmond's.
Mixie's gonna take and hand it back over. Just as a general gesture, but she is taking one at least.
Fair.
The honesty tax.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mixie.
I can sell them back at home.
Don't kill yourselves.
I make no promise.
Come back alive, Mixie.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, don't let Nesmond bully you in anything.
It's not him that's bullying me, it's me that's bullying him.
I don't know.
That's why I ruffle his hair.
He's been being a pretty big spoon right now.
He's the one who sold your magic bow. Don't take any shit.
It's not like he can defend himself. He's a pacifist.
Yeah, look, he's growing up so fast. He made a proper trade for once.
He made a big boy decision. You need to put him back in his place.
Oh, everyone
wow,
turned.
He's just ruffling his hair.
You do so, and Zara then states, it's ready. Any last goodbyes? I mean, we'll be back here in about 2 days with a full set of scientists, so it's not really goodbye.
Would leave alone. Well,
That's
But
the
they
next time I see you. You're next.
lady.
I already
I wanna-
gave you my blood.
Hey, listen. I didn't try male halfling.
You didn't try female tiefling.
Yeah.
I've taken Relta's blood before.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Actually, she
No, you
has.
haven't.
Well-
You guys don't know, but she has.
No. She hasn't
Yes.
had my blood. And
No,
she
no,
didn't
not
accept
Rialta's,
it.
but female tiefling blood. She.
Oh, well, yeah, not mine. I'm,
Not yours.
yeah, Yeah, but
Not
like-
female tiefling druid.
As you
Yeah.
guys discuss
I
this,
want to hug Mixie.
This is out of game, real life.
It's
Doug.
got
Okay.
more of a
No, no.
dirt nature flavour.
more,
would
yeah,
die,
it's more
though.
groundy.
It's got a it's got a more
Rialto.
umami, mushroomy.
Yeah, definitely mushrooms in my blood. Yeah.
some of you hug it out.
Nah.
Realta, you hug a little too long, so Zara has to move you before you accidentally get teleported. And then goes, all right, we'll see you maybe in 2 days if you want to come back. See you around. And they all,
Remember how we saved your lives and give you all you wanted, and
there already go.
So
I mean,
fire
we
rock.
saved all their lives and gave them exactly what they wanted. And they were
Yeah.
kind of dicks the whole time. I mean,
don't know what
so
you're talking
for,
about,
for you
Byron.
guys,
guys.
Is that in character or out of character?
It's out of
I-
character.
I used voice.
Okay.
Yep.
Caitlin will say, then let's hurry up and go start heading downstairs.
All right.
Bottom is bad, but did we ever check out upstairs? There could be more
There's a
stuff.
big hole in the roof, right?
Yes.
We
We've
never
got our
went to
main
the top
objective.
layer.
I
Yeah.
thought we did. How many floors are there to this place?
You went to the top layer, but then there's that hole on the roof, which technically is the top layer. Oh, before I forget, while they teleported out, the Wyvern also jumped in and got teleported.
Ooh.
Sure.
Because it's
So I went
because
with
it's
Mixie.
Mixie's. Because
It's
it was
following
It's
her.
Mixie's.
Mixie's.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It was following the food.
I
Yeah, it was
can't wait
lovely.
for that to harass her forever with like no Byroth to help her out.
I would love if Mixie just comes back riding it full nature gear. She's got like mud on her face.
You take a couple levels in what is
True.
it?
Dragon
No,
Knight.
not even druid. You take a couple in some sort of fighter.
Fighter, so you can become the Dragon Knight.
Cavalier. So you can take Cavalier.
No, dude, go Dragon Knight.
That would be entertaining. But it wouldn't work.
So
What the
as
hell is on my screen right now?
Snow.
On the tower.
Currently, the weather spell has gone awry because one, your team doesn't know how to work it, so whatever they were using, it switched over to snow.
That
I like
bad
snow.
weather outside the side.
However,
Rialto's very happy about the snow.
this still keeps away the giant bird of prey that almost killed you last time, or that you never encountered really, truthfully, because
got
it's
a shell.
Okay.
My saddle of Cavalier begs differently.
You managed to get out and are currently tying ropes to the surface. However, in the distance, you see another group. This one, however, armed to the teeth, mostly made of Yangtze dragonfolk, and like 2 humans, but one of them is coated with ice, and the other one kind of looks weird and out of time itself. One thing is certain, though,
Okay.
these guys don't look friendly. As we end the session
How high are we
for
up?
today.
Ah, have you?
You guys are
Does
about
Rialto
200 feet up.
recognize any of them?
Then I'll need to drop 50 feet
Oh.
before I can start.
And in
farming
the
them. Okay.
distance, you do recognize one person. The man coated in ice. As we end the session for tonight.
Duh.